Rachel, it's your first World Cup. Is there anything that surprised you or jumped out that you weren't expecting heading into the tournament?
No, actually, I think our preparation went really well. It's obviously a new experience for a lot of the girls. I think having the preparation that we'd had of being at a European finals stood us in relatively good stead. Of course, it was a much bigger occasion, a much bigger tournament in terms of scale. But I felt we prepared really well, and that was definitely something that we'll take from the tournament.
You guys had such a heartbreaking finish. How was it to get over that? And I know when it was over, you kind of gathered your team together, and you were kind of the lead voice in that group. What was that like?
In the actual moment, it was a little bit surreal. I think I knew that, and there was a few of us that knew that we had to stay strong for the group. We knew there were some individuals who, obviously in that moment, were emotional, and the one thing you have at that time is each other. And we understood that we had to stick together. We're a great group of players. We have a great camaraderie amongst the team. And that was just really important. I think that was something we had from start to finish, and it's something that's huge about the character that we have as a team. And I think in terms of dealing with that disappointment, it's going to take a very long time. Ultimately, we didn't achieve what we went out to achieve, and I think failure is a feeling that as an athlete is one of the hardest things. But these obstacles and these hard moments hopefully are worth it for then what comes to follow.
Sure. You feel this group your Scotland group has that in them?
Yeah, and
we use this as a big stepping stone.
Right. I think that disappointment just shows what we believe we have as a team. We have so much belief in what we can do. We have some incredible individual talent, but together we have a great squad, a great attitude. We want to achieve our potential, and we certainly know that there's more to come from the group of players. They're still young. There's so many of those girls will have a lot of years to come, and I think there's still some great things ahead.
Is there a moment that stands out for you?
It's so hard to pick one specific moment. I think one of the biggest things was our first game against England was in Nice, where we were based was right in the centre of the city. And you couldn't help but just feel the buzz around the place and the fans, and you couldn't leave the hotel without bumping into people from Scotland. And for us, as a small nation, and we're still growing in our women's football development infrastructure and support and community. And so prior to the tournament, we'd only ever had 4,500 fans. And I think that first game, there was almost 10,000 Scotland fans in the stadium. And for us to have people travelling to games is something that's new. And we were so encouraged by that. It's something that will be a huge part in history, and as players, we have to take on the responsibility to use that as a platform to grow further.
In the game against Argentina, obviously, what did you learn about your leadership and the message that you told your teammates?
I think at the top level in professional sport, you go through disappointments, and you need to go through them together to learn from them together and to grow and to be better. And there's still a reflection period that's going to happen when we're back as a squad. It was still really raw to deal with in the couple of days that followed after the result, obviously. And the players and the staff need time to obviously emotionally get through the next few days. But I think in time we'll use that experience as a group to know what it'll take when we're back on that stage to be able to perform to the best that we can, and next time hopefully get the result that we know we're certainly capable of.
Does it help a little bit to have the Royals to focus on now and the rest of the season here?
Yeah, I think it was a difficult few weeks that followed, and I've been back in town almost a week now, and it has just been really great to be back with the team. Everyone's been so encouraging and so kind since I got back here, and that's helped. And just to put your boots back on and get back on the field and have a new goal now. We obviously have to get 3 points from this weekend. That's going to be important for us to push on with our season, and that's the expectation within the group of players, and that's something that as a competitor you need to refocus and get to work with.
Desiree joked that she might not talk to the Americans when they get back.
Yeah, I think that's a unique Canadian experience that she has there. I'm excited to see them. It was great. I think by the time the final came around, I was just about ready to watch some of the games again. And obviously to have friends playing on that stage and winning is incredible for them. And for me, I'm so happy for Kelly, Becky and Kristen. And like I say, I'm excited to see them when they come back.
What's the challenge in reintegrating yourself now that you're back here and after being gone for a while?
Yeah, I mean, the group have been here working hard every single day and their focus hasn't changed. And obviously you have to work to get your spot back, to get a place in the team, to add something and bring something back to the group. That's what's expected of you, and that's what all of us who've been away on national team duty will do their absolute best to give everything they can to be a support and to be a positive for the group in whatever way that looks.
There were comments that this World Cup or the final didn't get much respect since there were the other two finals being played, Copa America and Gold Cup. Do you agree with that? That the Women's World Cup still needs more respect, probably?
I think in a way, but I also think it showed how much respect that, or it shows the growth of the game and the fact that there were still so many people and so much focus was on the Women's World Cup and, to compete with the top tournaments and men's competition that also are going on at the same time. I think shows how much the game has grown, and it is disappointing that there's two or three major events happening at the same time. Everyone would rather have them spread out, because I'm sure if you're a soccer fan, you want to watch all of those and want to enjoy every experience. But that's not for me to decide.
It's got to be great having this league, this high-level league to come back to, with all this, you yourself and all these players in the World Cup coming back and finishing off the season. Is that got to be a great thing to come back to?
Yeah, it's huge, and I think for me, the NWSL is the best league in the world. It's the most competitive, most challenging. I think that's shown because America won the World Cup and all their players play here. So it's exciting to get back to club football. That for me is a huge part of my life. It's something that I only play for the national team because I'm able to perform for my club team. So it's great to be back, and focus and objectives have moved to winning this domestic league.